With the release of the Linux-based Zerto Virtual Manager Appliance or ZVMA in Zerto 9.5, Zerto introduced a turnkey, pre-hardened appliance. Since Zerto 9.7 was the last release for the Windows-based ZVM, Zerto offers a Zerto migration utility to help you easily leverage the security of the ZVMA by migrating from Windows to the appliance. This tool quickly migrates the ZVM from the Windows-based version to the Linux-based appliance, all while keeping existing configuration settings. The migration tool is your gateway to the ZVM appliance and strengthen security. Migrate your ZVMs to experience the pre-hardened appliance, which is deployed with a minimal attack surface and security features such as role-based access control and multi-factor authentication. Using the ZVMA is required for Zerto 10 and subsequent releases, and using the migration utility is a fast and easy way to get started. This tool is for anyone using Windows-based ZVMs on Zerto 9.7 or earlier. This utility will help you to migrate to Zerto versions above 9.7. Customers deploying a new site using Zerto 10 will not need to use this tool. To get started with the migration tool, there are just a few requirements that you will want to check. First, you should be on Zerto version 9.7, Update 2, or higher. In addition to being required for the ZVMA migration, it will put you on the path to upgrading to higher versions of Zerto. If running an earlier version of Zerto, such as 9.5, you must first upgrade to 9.7, U2 or higher before starting the migration. Then, make sure to deploy and configure your ZVMAs first. The migration utility does not deploy a ZVMA as part of the process, so the appliance you're migrating to must be ready to go beforehand. You will want to use the exact same version for the Windows-based ZVM and your Linux-based ZVMA. For example, if your Windows ZVM is on Zerto 9.7 U3, deploy that for your ZVMA. Also, use only one NIC. If the ZVM has more than one NIC, disable the additional ones temporarily and re-enable after migration. Have 1 to 2 IP addresses available. You will want an IP address for the new ZVMA. And you might want a second address for the old ZVM, which will need a new IP address once it's given to the ZVMA. Finally, you might want to disable security agents. You can either do this beforehand, or only disable them if there is an issue with migration. You will be able to migrate in 7 easy steps. After you have checked the requirements, start by downloading the utility from MyZerto and adding it to each Windows ZVM. Then enable SSH on the ZVMAs, and run the utility. It will take a few moments for the database and settings to copy to the ZVMA, including assigning the old Windows ZVM IP address to the new ZVM appliance. Next, the VRAs and ZVMAs will re-establish communication and synchronize with each other. VRAs do not need to be reinstalled or reconfigured as part of the migration. You are finished when you have validated the successful migration. There are a few things to know when using the utility. As a reminder, this process outlines a migration, not an upgrade. The migration is separate from a product upgrade, and must be completed before upgrading to versions above 9.7. Migration is required for each ZVM. For example, all ZVMs on the production and secondary sites. It will take about 10 to 20 minutes to migrate each ZVM. This will depend largely on your database. For instance, if your database is external, only the connection settings will be copied, not the database itself, so this step can sometimes be completed in under 5 minutes. Also, your old ZVM dashboard visualizations will reset after migration, but the data will still be available in Zerto Analytics. If errors are encountered during migration, the migration utility will fail gracefully, and a full rollback to the ZVM backup will occur. Customers using recovery scripts will need to upgrade to Zerto 10 after the migration and slightly modify their scripts. Examples will be provided on Zerto's GitHub page. During replication, the Windows-based ZVMs will experience downtime until the VRAs and ZVMAs have reconnected and synchronized. For a full set of instructions and GitHub examples, check the links or QR codes.